Hey there, it's me, Chris Canoli, and today we're going to be talking about a time that's near and dear to my heart. So let's open up with the backstory, shall we? Setting up characters, plot, area, that whole shindig, and away we go. Our story takes place, like many stories do, in the public library. What was I doing in the public library, you may be asking? Well, let me tell you. I went to the library for 3 years out of the 4 years I went to high school. Why? To wait for one of my parents to pick me up after school. Why? Because the walk home just wasn't worth it. Yeah, I'm a little lazy. What about it? Either way, I went to the library with friends, walked, talked, did homework, the usual stuff you do in the library, or at least that you're expected to do. And the question is, why is this all relevant? Well, to answer your question, we'll have to go to where I live. No, I ain't gonna give you my address because I don't nearly have enough fans to actually care about my address. While you don't need my address directly, you will need to know where I live so everything else comes into play. Oh yeah, it's all coming together now. See, I live in this place called California. There's a big body of water to the left, and there's a whole bunch of other ground places to the right. Like the old saying, clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Well, let me tell you that California is not exactly all it's cracked up to be. See, the weird thing is, California's going through some weird teenage rebellion phase. It's going through a full-on communist revolution, minus people actually fighting, because a lot of the people here are wimpy. And the people here are wimpy. Don't start giving me flack and say, California people are so strong. Yeah, because I'm sure every actor you've seen in a movie actually can do their stunts. Thank you, Tom Cruise, for actually doing your stunts. I love your movies. But I will not donate to the Church of Scientology, for God's sakes. So would you please stop sending me emails, Tom? Please, Tom. And this communist-style revolution does make sense. But did you ever notice that California kind of looks like a sock? I know I haven't drawn California as it should be properly with all those ridges and everything, but California does kind of look like a sock. Maybe our socks are starting to stink. Maybe we should change our socks. Maybe that'll fix the problem. I don't know. And I might move away from here, so maybe it won't matter anymore. And moving on. You see, in the year of 2016, the government officials in California decided to legalize this thing called weed, and the weed is very bad for you. Yeah, everyone knows it's bad for you, but now it's recreational. It's not only used for medicinal purposes. And that concludes setting up the background. Now let's yeet ourselves into the next panel, shall we? So I was in the library, and there's these two other seats to the right of me. And at that moment, I was just busy studying for a class. Which class right now I can't remember, and I probably will never remember. But besides, high school, you learn a lot of subjects that you're never going to use again. Like, as much as I love history, am I really going to find myself in like a life and death battle saying Genghis Khan managed to help extinguish global warming? No, I don't think I will. So either way, as I'm studying away like the good student I am, relatively, these two people sit down next to me. This big old guy and his small petite wife. And you know what I thought at that exact moment? What the hell is wrong with yous? I'm sitting here. Now, before we continue on with this story, there's two things I want to make clear. One I already said in my last animated video, quote unquote on the animated. Look, I tried, okay? I just don't have a lot of time right now. But let's make these two things very clear, okay? You see, morals are a funny thing around here in California. Everyone's told to look out for each other, but everyone's always trying to outdo each other by being better than everyone in their moral compass. So things can be a little dodgy around here and everyone's wondering, where the hell do I stand in all this? Well, let me tell you where I stand. You see, I like to think of myself as a relatively nice person. If there's an old person who needs a seat on the bus, god damn it, they're gonna get my seat. But, like I said, I think of myself as a relatively nice person. I'm not 100% an angel, but like I said, relatively, like I said. And this will all make sense what I mean by relatively in the next video. Trust me, this one's gonna be a heartbreaker for some of you. I don't know, maybe it will, maybe it won't. Either way, let's get to our second point, shall we? Now, the second point I want to move on to is something I've already made clear before. And I'm going to reiterate it again because people absolutely suck and apparently this doesn't apply to them and they have no concept of this whatsoever. Goddamn personal space when it's available to you. And like I said, these two people sat down to the two seats that were right next to me. And you want to know why this pissed me off? Because there were multiple seats available across from me, but no, they decided, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna sit right next to this kid. Instead of having our own personal space, we're gonna sit right next to him. Yeah, I absolutely hate you for that. And that's why this story gets even worse. As a young 16-year-old, I had never smelled the smell of the weed before in my life. And this guy stank of it. I now know what the hell weed smells like, but at that moment in time I thought, that's some weird BO. And let me tell you, smelling weed for the first time made... Oh God. Even just thinking about it makes me feel bad. At college I attend now, you can smell it pretty much anywhere if you don't even have to look for it, it's just anywhere. Moving on before I get sick. As I started to smell this smelly smell, not even 1 minute, I started to feel weird. Something wasn't quite right. I think from what I hear from other people like Dave Chappelle or other comedians, weed has a different effect on everyone. Some people you feel as high as a kite. Others you feel like complete dog doo-doo. I was one of those people that felt like complete dog doo-doo. I had been told of secondhand smoking, but a secondhand high? Nobody in goddamn any class anywhere explained to me you can get secondhand high. And this really pisses me off because this thing is just as bad as secondhand smoking. So now I was sitting down to this guy for no more than a minute and I was already high. Not the good kind, but I just felt horrible. Want to know how I knew that I was high? Well, let me tell you, this story gets kind of ugly from here. As I lay there, attempting to read words that I couldn't because I had suddenly become dyslexic from this insane, weird feeling I'd never felt before, that's when death walked right through the door. And death carried a name this time, and its name was Mother. And at this point, I had no idea what the hell was going on. I just thought, I feel rather sick. So I had no way in knowing how to prepare for what was coming. Now I lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, pray the Lord my soul to take. Oh, God help me. Let me tell you, my mom opened up with saying that my eyes were red. And I said, my eyes are red? Ah, poppycock. Let me tell you, that definitely earned me a slap right there. So either way, I had no idea what the hell was going on. I was being accused of something that I hadn't done. It was kind of like OJ, except OJ actually did it and somehow got away with it. God damn, the juice managed to run fast enough to get away from his trial. And let me tell you, as a high 16-year-old kid, I was scared. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was getting accused of something I didn't do. So I was on full defense mode. With my mom attacking with questions saying, Chris, did you do drugs? Did you do the drugs? Chris, you did the drugs, didn't you? I told you not to do it. And I say, Ma, I didn't do it. What are you talking about? She says, your eyes are red. And that was when the first time I checked my eyes and I went, oh my God, my eyes are red. Let me tell you, it just came down like a barrel of monkeys. That's what we're going to go with. A barrel of monkeys. Question after question, berating me, asking me, Chris, it's okay to tell me. You can tell me if you did it. I'm not going to smack you. I definitely would have been smacked if I actually did. So either way, after defending myself for long enough, feeling horrible, I felt like I wanted to vomit. I felt extremely sleepy. I didn't even eat goddamn dinner that night because I felt so sick. Whoever said you get munchies after doing weed was a goddamn liar. And they should be burned at the stake for that one. Yeah, that's right. Burned, I say. Burn the witch and the bitch. And eventually, after holding on for so long, my mom finally stopped asking and finally believed when I told him that this big old fat man and his wife decided to sit right next to me, and it smelled of something. Something that was off. It wasn't cigarettes. It wasn't firewood smoke. It was something new. And by God, I would get used to that smell in time. So eventually, my mom believed me. So, like the song goes, relax, don't do it. That's right, I'm telling you not to do weed because it's an absolute tornado of a problem. So either way, crisis averted, relaxed. And the whole thing just blew over. And I was completely innocent of this. I'm actually telling you the truth. I am innocent. I didn't do it, man. That guy sat next to me and I got high off of him. So just take caution next time. So until next time, folks, when I talk about a revenge story. That's right, everyone loves this. So let me have this gas mask on as I return to Los Angeles. Let me tell you, you don't want to go to Los Angeles anymore. Why? Well, let me show you. By God, would you look at that? You can't even see the city anymore. There's so much weed. But at least some of it smells nice with vaping. Oh, that's right. They've just banned flavored tobacco. So either way, my friends, my pals, excuse me as I return to the hellhole known as California. And hopefully you guys subscribe, like the video, share with your friends if you like it. Please share. We're trying to get this thing moving on a rolling ball. We're up to like 18 or 17 subscribers now. So either way, guys, like, subscribe, share, stay frosty, and I'll see you on the other side of the day. Ah!